Hi everyone, my name is Thomas Kim. Today is January 20th, 2024. It is 11:14 a.m. From my YouTube channel, if you scroll down, you can find C++ 17, 20, 23, CUDA, SQL, and more. Click this playlist. In this playlist, you can find 237 videos. Scroll down. The last video is 197. Click it. Then more videos will be loaded in the playlist. Scroll down. At the bottom of the list, you can find episode 229, Divergence Theorem in C++ or C++. In episode 230, I explained divergence theorem. In episode 231, we solved some problems for divergence theorem, also surface integral. I assume you have watched my previous videos in this playlist from episode 229 up to episode 234. Otherwise, you may not understand my current and future sessions. From episode 231, Vector Calculus 61, Show More, you can find download current video source code. Click it. Our previous source code will be downloaded. Now, begin my YouTube channel. Scroll down. Linear algebra and threading building blocks. Click this link. From this playlist, scroll down. I assume you have watched episode 68, 69, 70. In episode 70, I explained how to implement operable variables. Show more. Download current video source code. Click this link. Show in folder, unzip 070, unzip 231, copy folder 231, paste it in the folder 070, paste it here. Now go up, rename folder 70 to 71. Copy the folder. Paste it in your working directory. Open up Visual Studio Code. Geometry Tensor Calculus. From folder 71. Scroll down. OPR bar.cpp. Ctrl V. I will replace this part with new links. Now you can find CPP extension 2024 January 20th. It is January 20th, 2024. I made minor changes to my previous library. I assume you have watched 3 of my previous videos listed here. Also, divergence theorem and surface integral videos listed here. Now, I will fold it up. Ctrl F. Search for OPR bar. Click here. You can close the search box. We implemented this function in our previous episode. Scroll down. If you haven't watched my previous episode, you may not understand how we implemented operable variables. Control End. Here, void extended operable variables. CPG display function name. Copy this function name, paste it here. In some case, we can declare x, y, z variables 3 like this. Or we can declare s, u variables 3, 0, 2 or t variables 3, 1. In this case, we are basically creating something like this: auto x 0, auto x1, auto x2, return x0, semicolon, copy, paste, y, the second parameter x1, z, the third parameter x2. This statement is equivalent to 3 statements. I will disable it. In this case, auto s, auto x0, auto x1, auto x2. These 3 means variable s takes 3 parameters. This 0 represents s. This s returns zeroth parameter x0. Copy, paste. Now this u takes 3 parameters but returns x2, the third parameter, so x2. Now auto t, auto x0, auto x1, auto x2. These 3 means t takes 3 parameters. This 1 means this t returns x1. Return x1. You should understand what this and what this means, because we need such declaration for multiple integrals. Now I will comment it out. Also comment out. Copy, paste. OPR bar. Copy, comment out, paste. OPR bar. Comment out, paste. OPR bar. Copy, Control Home, Control F. Find it. Here we implemented OPR bar in our previous episode. Here, template n requires size of n should be greater than 0. OPR bar no except curly braces. Return std tuple. We call this function like this. We provide this n here, this n here. This n is parameter packed, so it should be expanded. Don't miss semicolon. We need requires to overload OPR bar with this OPR bar. With this, open up any compiler CD 071 operable variables clang std c++20 OPR bar .cpp ltbb12 oc.exe, hit enter. clsc. All our previous functions should work successfully as before. Now, with the GNU compiler, it should also work. clsg. Yes, GNU compiler also works. In C++17, they introduced if context per. Copy this, paste it here. Now, we don't need requires. Instead, if context per size of n equal to 0, then copy this part, paste it here. Else, copy this, paste it here. Remove blank space. Now we can comment out this part. We merged two overloaded functions using if context per. Copy. In the YouTube search box, IQ95. I filmed many videos about if context per, if context per, if context per. I filmed many videos about if context per. We will build again. Sorry. It should be K we rebuild clsg. Okay, it works perfectly as previously. Now let's learn how to use operable variables. In this folder 071, we have subfolder 231 diversions. In this subfolder, you can find example 2, Ctrl B. I will arrange side by side. Ctrl Home. I will copy this comment and paste it here. Please understand, we created this file in this video. If you Ctrl click, we learned divergence theorem through episode 229. up to 224. I would highly recommend you to watch videos starting with 229 up to 234. Now, copy this, paste it, rename, simplified, Control B, we will close. Example 2, we don't need this. I will fold it up, fold it up. We need these things from include CPG matrix.hpp up to operators. Copy, paste it here. We don't need this. Delete. Scroll down. We don't need this. Scroll down. We don't need this. Scroll down. I will fix like this. Now scroll up. In this function, CPG display function name, copy, scroll down, paste it here, scroll down, paste it here, scroll down. With this dir, we have to move into folder 231 divergence. cd 231 divergence. clang scd c++20 simplified.cpp ltbb12 or c.exe, hit enter. clsc. So our old code works perfectly. Now I will close OPR bar, Control Home. I will drag and drop Calculus Early Transcendentals 9th edition by James Stewart. In this book, page 1203. Here we can find example 2. I will arrange side by side like this. I will unfold. In this comment, Calculus 9th edition by James Stewart, page 1203, example 2. I will fold it up. If you scroll down, solve example 2 volume divergence integral. We basically solved example 2. I filmed this video in episode 230. In this video, if you haven't watched it, please watch it. Here, we define vector field F as in this text. We need x, y, z. So, auto x, f, y, f, z, f. Variables 3. I used suffix f because these variables will be used to define vector field f. Instead of doing this, we can now say xf times yf. xf times yf represent x times y, the I component of f. Instead of doing this, we can say yf times yf plus cnm exp xf times GF times GF. So this expression represents J component of F. I will remove this. CNM sin XF times YF. So our vector field is significantly simplified. We can now concentrate on mathematical expression. Scroll down. In this part, instead of using make tuple, we can remove like this. Also like this. This is X limit. I will make it bigger. This is Z limit. This lambda is upper limit of Z. It takes a single variable x. This x is for x limits. So here borrow xl variable. Instead of doing this, we can say 1 minus xl times xl. Then we don't need this. It can be simplified like this. Now we need upper y limit. Upper y limit takes two parameters, x limit, y limit. But we don't need x. We only need z. So here borrow z, l variables. This lambda takes two parameter xz. So we pass 2. All we need is z, g limit. This parameter's index is 0. This parameter's index is 1. So 1. With this, we don't need this. Instead, 2 minus ZL. Then we can simplify like this. Now let's compare. If you scroll down, you can find lower limit of x is -1, upper limit of x is 1. We don't need tuple in this case. Instead, we can use curly brace. -1 represent -1 lower x limit. 1.0 represent upper x limit. X limit. 0.0 represent lower g limit. G limit. 1 minus x square. 1 minus x square is upper limit of z. 0 represent lower limit of y. 2 minus z. 2 minus z represent upper y limit. With this, we can rebuild CLSC. Everything works perfectly. This is our numerical evaluation. This is the answer in this book. So, this is correct result. We greatly simplified our numerical computation. This example 2 explains how to evaluate Gauss's divergence theorem, the flux flowing into and out of this volume. If you open this folder, you can find Figure 2 PDF. Ctrl V. In this figure, surface S1 represents this slanted surface. Surface S2 represents the bounding surface. Surface S3 represents this side. Surface 4, the bottom surface, represents this rectangular bottom area. If you scroll down, you can find example 2 surface flux integral S1 on xy plane, S1 over xy plane. In this example, all xf, yf, zf variables 3. This part is the same as in this example, so I will simply copy and overwrite. In this case, this vector takes 2 parameters because we will perform surface integral. In such case, all xr, yr variables 2, then this can be simplified. xr, then I can remove it. This part can be simplified. yr, this part can be simplified. 2 minus yr. Now scroll down. This part can be simplified with curly brace. This part can be simplified. Now it takes 1 parameter x. So auto xl variable, because this x represents x limit and this lambda represents lower limits of y. This expression can be simplified. 1 plus xl times xl. This expression is in this expression, so we can simply replace like this. With this, we can build again. CLSC, all these things works exactly the same. Now we can concentrate on the mathematical expression. I will copy this part. Once again, we can overwrite it here. Then, in this case, we need 2 variables. Then, all gr, xr variables 2. Now, in this case, we return x, so xr, we can remove it. In this case, 2 minus z, so 2 minus zr, we can simplify like this. In this case, we simply return z, so zr. We can now simplify like this. In the integral section, it can be curly brace like this. It can be simply tuple. It takes one parameter x. So auto xl variable. It now can be 1 minus xl times xl. This expression. So we can delete and fix like this. Our mathematical expressions become very simple and clean. CLSC. Everything works perfectly. We can try with GNU compiler. GNU compiler should also work. CLSG. I would highly recommend you to watch videos in this playlist. For example, if you control click from Calculus 9th edition by James Stewart, chapter 16.9, the divergence theorem. The divergence theorem says that flux surface integral equals divergence volume integral. Once again, divergence theorem says that flux surface integral equals divergence volume integral. The divergence theorem is sometimes called Gauss's theorem after the great German mathematician Carl Friedrich Gauss, 1777-1855, who discovered this theorem during his investigation of electrostatics. In Eastern Europe, the divergence theorem is known as Ostrogradsky's theorem, after the Russian mathematician Mikhail Ostrogradsky, 1801-1862, who published this result in 1826. So, this divergence theorem was discovered by Carl Friedrich Gauss about 2 centuries ago, about 200 years ago. Now, scroll down. I assume you have read the theory in this part of the book. Scroll down. In the next few sessions, I will solve example 2. This example 2 is quite advanced. We can solve this problem using Gauss's divergence theorem. But surface integral plays very important role in physics, so we will solve this problem using both surface integral and the Gauss's divergence theorem. I spent almost 2 full days to correctly solve this problem using surface integral.